Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren, and as you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online, and today I'm going to be going over the weapons and the kits modules from the winter event, as well as the space trait and ground trait. All right, so let's go ahead and first look at these in here in the vendor. So, all right, so the new weapons we have, or weapon, we have the Rain of Fire. Now this is a fire dealing weapon, or damage dealing weapon. As you can see right here, it does 176.6. Actually, that's not accurate. I think it's like 149 or something like that. For some reason, it's weird in here. It's not correct for some reason. Earlier when I was testing it, it was like 140 something plus some traits I got. It made it higher, but it does fire damage. 20% chance to 20% chance. Okay, that's a weird. 9.9 fire damage per second for 10 seconds. Ignores shields. It has a plus 2% crit chance and a plus 20% crit severity. That's its first attack. Its secondary attack, Firestorm, targets AoE fire damage plus 50% chance fire dot plus expose. All right, so the initial fire damage creates a 15 kilometer, we're not in space, 15 meter radius fire storm for 5 seconds that deals, again, fire damage for each second. 50% shield penetration damage reduces from epicenter, 50% chance knockback. We got plus 2% crit chance, plus 20% crit severity, and it's an 8-second recharge time on that, which is not too bad. Then we have finally our melee attack, Fire Punch. This does a melee knockback plus burn stun, plus 50% chance fire dot. Okay. So it does initial fire damage, 23% DPS, 80% chance shield penetration, up to 2.44 meters knockback, 50% chance to do 9.9 fire damage per second. For 10 seconds, ignore shields, 33% chance to stun for 4.5 seconds. And then again, we have that plus 2% crit chance and plus 20% crit severity. So it's not too bad. It likes to ignore shields, which is really good. And it does a decent amount of damage. As you can see, it costs 15 of the common currency that you get from the winter event. As you can see here, they're common. We also have the uncommon, which at least does not take. So, all right. Next, let's go over the. Actually, let's go over Krampus, or whatever we call them, Krampiri. Their version of Krampus. This is you can only use this in the Winter Wonderland. You become Krampus, or Krampiri. I keep wanting to say Krampus. Krampiri. Let's see here. Now you get some abilities with this. You know, not only do you transform, but you get throw coal. Throw a lump of coal that deals damage. Debilitating leap on your opponent and unleash powerful AoE damage. So you go after your enemy and then you do damage to whoever else is near them. Ice chains, grapple your enemy to a standstill. And then we have sack lunge. Lunge at your opponent with your heavy sack. Target self plus 0.66 second activation time. And it's got 5-minute recharge time, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. It's pretty powerful. I understand why they make it that long. Transform into Krampus for 120 seconds. Gain access to 4 unique abilities. All right, so I'll show that off here in a little bit before I show off the other stuff. But first, let's talk about these. All right, so this is the ground trait. It took me a little bit to get ready for this because I had to do a lot of grinding. The ground trait itself, it's pretty expensive. It's 50 each of the the common ones and 15 of the uncommon. Now the trait itself, it's a bit weird because it actually synergizes with something from the summer event, and that's why I had to grind towards getting, so I can show that off. But ground trait, this trait works like the Ryzen Transform kit frame, increases its efficiency by 25%. So when scholars analyze details of the ancient Fakiri rituals, they noticed they understood and manipulated the elements about them with their Cabal powers. Now you can take advantage of this knowledge through using it in conjunction with the Ryzen Terraforming Kit frame. Now the Ryzen Terraforming Kit frame was 1,000 Lolnut, however you pronounce that, the summertime currency, and it is expensive. So I had to grind that out just to get that. So yeah, let's look at the new traits, because these new traits also, or not traits, but kit modules work with that kit frame and with this new ground trait. So first we have it's easy, or it eats you alive, launches a cylinder before your character. The dark forces of the Fakiri are at play when you unleash the true power of this module on your enemies. Not only do they become rooted to the spot, but the earth starts to feed upon them. Chomp, chomp, chomp. All right, so targets foes max 10, so that's pretty good. It's 10 of them. 30.84 meter range. 1.1 meter cylinder. 1 second activation time. And then 19.4 second recharge time. It does 85.8 physical damage, 100% shield penetration each second for 3 seconds. Up to 10 targets in a 10 meter forward firing cycle or cylinder. Now you see your kit for performance actually, increases this. And this, let's see, what is this? Where does this say it? This is the Earth Elemental Kit module. So we'll go over that. So that's the Earth one. Our next one here, this is Bash to Grathor, or Banish to Grathor. Unleash the power of the Fakiri on your enemies when you activate this ability, which blasts enemies from their bodies and drives their souls temporarily through the torment of Grathor. Applies fire damage over time, pushing during the push, and then weakening all enemies damage for a period of time once they return. All right, so it's a push/hold effect. Is half duration versus player. Okay, so for like PvP. All right, so affect foes 5 max, 4.6 meter sphere, a 1 second recharge or activation time, 16.4 second recharge time. Push back and hold up to 5 targets in a 5 meter radius. It does 76.3 fire damage, 100% shield penetration each second for 5 seconds. After push back ends, foes suffer minus 33.3% all outgoing damage for 10 seconds. Again, kit performance also boosts this. So that's the two new ones. I did end up buying a couple of the other ones from last year, or I mean, I don't know when they came out, to be honest, because I needed the other ones. This one, oh, first, let me scroll back. All right. This one says right here, where is it? Fire. So the first one was earth. This one was fire. The next one is this universal one right here. Cryovisor blast. This is an old one. So, all right. So cryovisor blast, a single target, freezing them in a block of ice, temporary, and creates a patch of icy ground beneath them. Those who wander through the low friction ice patch have their resistances debuffed. All right, so 2 target, 15-meter range, 0.5 second recharge time, or activation time, 22.6 second recharge time. Freezes for 12.8 seconds. Freezes for 7.7 seconds versus player targets. 30.9 cold damage every second while frozen. Creates a 5-meter radius low friction ice patch for 10 seconds. Minus all damage resistant. Yeah, okay, so again, kit performance also works with this. Now, this one is water. So we've had earth, fire, and water. So the next one is collective nightmares. And you can see this was air. So we got all the elements. All right, so enemies affected by the device will be confused, vulnerable, and unable to differentiate friends from foes due to cerebral sensory interception, adding to these sensorial confusion. Some humanoid enemies will appear as Valkyrie by way of psionic perception in the inhibitors. This ability only affects living foes and cannot interfere with electronics or other forms of artificial life. All right. So only humanoids, I guess, will, or occasionally some will. All right, so target foes 15 max, 15-meter range, 10-meter sphere, 0.5 second activation time, 19.4 second recharge, 40% chance apply nightmare appearance, minus 46.5 all damage resistance rating for 23.1 seconds, confused for 23.1 seconds. And again, kit for performance also helps here. So yeah, we've got all the elements. So actually, let's go to the both the kit and the trait itself. Let's go to the trait itself because the trait is new. Here's the trait. All right, so the way this works, per any element kit module, plus 5 kit performance and kit readiness. Current is 0.2. So, okay. And then per fire kit module equipped, you get a plus 1.25% crit severity. For some reason, I'm at 1.3%, which is 0.05% more than I should have. I'm not sure why. I tried looking this one up. I didn't see anything. And then per water kit module equipped, plus 0.0125 health regen. Current is 0.05. Again, it's above what it should be. Not sure why. And then per Earth Kit module equipped, plus 2.5 all damage resistance rating, current 2.5. That one's correct. I don't know why the other ones are more than they're supposed to be. And then per Air Kit module equipped, got plus 1.25% run speed, current 1.3%. Again, that one's up. I don't know why that's more than it should be, but it is. And then this passive here, I guess these are all passives while you have them equipped. This one, when one of each elemental kit module is equipped, you get these passives here. You get plus 12.5% all damage, plus 12.5 maximum hit points, plus 25 kit performance, plus 25 kit readiness. And since I have all 4 of them, I'm good to go. I get that bonus. Now on to the kit frame that you get from the summer event. This one is a little different, but similar. This also has a plus 53.3 willpower. So your resistances to ground control effects, which is always good to have. Per any element kit module, plus 20 kit performance and kit readiness. Current bonus is 0.6. I did the math. Shouldn't I be at like 13.333 repeating? Because if you do the math, plus 20, and you can have up to 6 total. Like it says per any kit module. So I have 4 that gives me the elements. I can have a total of 6. So that means one of them is 3.333 repeating. And then the 4 I have is 13.333 repeating. I'm pretty sure I got my math right there. So I don't know why it says 0.6. I'm not 100% certain on that. So anyways, let's get on to the next part. This is also similar to the ground trait. Per fire module kit equipped, plus 5% critical severity. Current bonus is plus 5%. Per water one equipped, we get 0.05 health regen, which I have. Per earth kit, 10 all damage resistance rating, which I do have. And then per air kit, we get plus 5% run speed, which I do have. Now I'm assuming if I were to put on another one of these, like say another fire one, would I go up to 10% crit chance or crit severity? I'm assuming that's how that works, because I am at 1 for 1 for each of these. So I would assume that that's how that works. I don't have any other ones, so we can't really show that. Now at the bottom again, it has another extra thing for having all 4 types when one of each element kit module is equipped. This is plus 25% all damage, plus 25% max hit points, plus 100 kit performance, and plus 100 kit readiness. Now it says 25 and 25 for the max, or for all damage and max hit points. Again, look at this one. This is only 12.5, so this is a lot less. And then this is 25 for the kit itself. All the module, or the kit itself, frame is 100. So it's a little different there. This is definitely a lot more powerful than the trait itself, but they work together, so you get an extra boost. So I take that as a win, even though that the summer event item is better, it can work with it. All right, so all right, so that is that. Is there anything else I need to go over for the ground? Not at the moment. So now the other thing, I go back into the vendor here. There is a new space trait, Twinkling Lights. This is a unique one. This actually helps out those who like to play rainbow builds. If you don't know what a rainbow build is, it's where you use all the different types of energy weapons in space on your ship. There are 6 types. So by firing weapons of the 6 key energy types, phaser, disruptor, plasma, polaron, tetryon, and anti-proton, you increase the shield and hull penetration of your weapons permanently until you leave combat or the enemy dies. So, and it stacks up to 6 times, which is insane. It shows it a little bit differently when you actually go into the trait itself. So let me go ahead and bring that up. So here it actually gives you a little bit more numbers. It's minus 22 all damage resistance rating until defeated. So that stacks up to 6 times. Well, I believe the way it says is this is stack once per energy type. So if you have 4 energy types, it only stacks 4 times. If you have 6 types, it stacks 6 times. So, all right, so that's actually not too bad. So you make your enemies weaker to that type of energy. I mean, you can go with a single type as well. You do not have to use all 6 or like a combination, 1, 2, 3. Well, you can do 1 if you wanted. So like I primarily do phaser damage with my build. So I don't need to have any of the other energy types equipped in order for this to take effect. I will get at least that minus 20% all damage resistance rating to phaser resistances on those enemies. So, but that being said, I do have my ship currently has 1 of each type, plus 2 extra phasers because I have, all that room. So I'll be showing that off here in a little bit. First, let's go ahead and show off Crampiri, since the Crampiri event's going on. Where is it? It's right over. Sounds like he's right over here. All right, yep. All right, he's gonna be moving here in a second because he's weak. All right, we got still plenty of time. All right, let's predict where he's going. He's going to one of 2 places. He's going to either go straight across here into this little area here, or he's going to go up there to where the race is. I'm hoping he's down here. Nope, he's up where the race starts. All right, let's go ahead and transform. So I took his soul and I'm now him. All right, so this is our lunge attack. Does a decent amount. There's our sack attack. The rock attack. And then our beam attack. Does a lot of damage. Like, most of that damage done to him, like 90% of the damage done to him was me. Because this is like overpowered. Like way beyond overpowered. And it lasts for 120 seconds. Granted, a lot of that right now is taken up by me running to get to where the area is. So, this is really good during code of conduct, actually, because you can get code of conduct done like really fast by using it. Yeah, see, it just melts him. Normally you wouldn't be able to do this much damage this quickly. There he goes. Now I might not have enough time. Yeah, I'm running out. I've only got like 34 seconds left. Let's hope he's down here, not up top. Now he's going up top again. All right, I got 23 seconds. All right. Just do much damage as I can. before my time runs out. There we go. And all right, there goes. My time ran out, but I'm still visually him. There we go. Takes a few seconds to go away. See, now somebody else is him now. And it works really good if you do this when you're doing this one, particularly to alternate who is the Crampiri. That way you get more uptime on a Crampiri. Otherwise, you end up with like part of it without a Crampiri. Now, yeah, we should be able to get this. He's doing all that damage. Most of this damage done to him right now is that one person. So, oh, there we go. All right, decided to go to the bottom this time. Now we don't have much time left on this, so hopefully he has enough time left on his thing to take him down. Well, it looks like he might. Come on. Oh, he's okay. There we go. Now we don't have much more time left. By the time he really gets over there, this event will be over. Might as well finish it. Yep, see, time's over. Yeah, it's Crampiri is pretty strong. It's definitely overpowered compared to some of the other stuff. Oh, like this is another one I didn't really talk about. There's a gingerbread security team, which really aren't worth much, to be honest. If you're not in combat, they decide to go away. Watch here in a second, they'll disappear. They'll beam away. There they go. Now, if I was in combat, they would have stayed around for a much longer time. And in my opinion, they're not that strong either. So it's not really worth showing. That it's really hard to see their damage output because seeing their numbers is weird. 2-minute recharge time. Yeah. They're a little extra damage, but not much. And then if you're out of combat, they beam away. I don't know why. So, and that you can buy in the winter store. So yeah. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll do it on, since I have the daily endeavor up, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the new abilities and the new weapon on the Tholians here. And I'll be right back when I get there. All right, I am here on Nukara. Let's go ahead and take out some Tholians. Let's start with using our first weapon damage here. Now you can just fire this off pretty quick. It's pretty fast. You can spam it. All right, let's go ahead and try our secondary. Boom. All right, that does a lot of damage, but Tholians are kind of tanky sometimes. All right, let's try it again. All right. They end up just melting. As you saw it the first time I used it, both this Tholian and Tholian over here, they flew back because it's got obviously it's got a radius. Gets weaker as it goes out. Let's go ahead and use our melee attack now. Oops, missed. Missed again. Oh, there we go. Apparently got him that time. All right, it doesn't do a lot, but it does do dot damage on him. Has a chance to knock him back or knock him over. Not really strong, but it's okay. Oop. It's a decent weapon. It actually does a lot of damage, surprisingly. And that quick firing is pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out our abilities here. All right, that one is the line attack. It does like a straight line of damage. Oh, hey, transformed them to a Fakiri. Said humanoids, but okay. Let's go ahead and try out this one. The ice beam blast. All right, and then banish the Grathor. I need to get a group of them. One of them will be fine. And we got to push them out of. Oh, I just vaporized them. Let me go ahead and try that one again. Let me get to a group of them so I can really show it off. All right, let's hope these guys all get together. All right, so okay, apparently this is too strong for these guys. Well, actually that guy survived actually. So, oh, I am getting hurt. Let's go and heal up here. Not too bad. Goes a long ways, you can see here. Let's see, another enemy. We have to do this when there's a lot of people around. Put him in ice, then use that. He was still in his ice form too when I did that, so he's kind of stuck in there. There we go. Do the line damage. Yeah, I really like these. They're pretty good. It's really funny watching them just get frozen in ice, and then just kind of get, basically almost vaporized from this one. And see if they're supposed to have like their body here and then astral form and then body here. Yeah, it's not too bad of an ability. I definitely will be using these more often. Might check out some of the other elemental ones. Oh, I wasn't close enough for that. Let's just do that to you. Let's just go ahead and turn auto fire on these. Oh. Again, other people are here, so it makes it harder to do. Yeah, I really like these, pretty good. I actually caught this guy on fire. Oops. Yeah, it's probably good enough. Yeah. The kit together makes this a lot stronger. I do have a lot more resistances, even though I was getting low health there, but like I said, it's good to have both of them. Having the all damage and max health combined together makes it really nice, and then having your kit performance up and readiness means you can do more damage with your kits and they're faster to use. So yeah, I do recommend getting these. They're definitely pretty good. Again, with the weapon up also. Now these aren't upgraded either, so as is, they do a lot of damage. And I actually, if I do hit X and go into aim mode, you can see that my damage goes way up there. See that? So yeah. Yeah, so now on to the space trait. I'll meet you in space battle. All right, so I am here at Wanted Argala. I figured use this one, so I'll be by myself. Now the cave zones are pretty weak by themselves, but I'm not going to be using any extra abilities. I'm just going to be using my phasers, or well, my beam weapons, one target at a time. Now you can see right here, stacked 6 times. This is the, it doesn't, there we go, twinkling lights. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of damage to them, just without actually using any extra abilities. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do this much damage with, you know, a beam build without, you know, I mean, obviously if you use your abilities, you'd get more damage. You see right there, that was a big crit. I mean, it's pretty good for what it is. So, and you know, you don't have to do it without your abilities. If I use my abilities like this and beam fire at will, I'm just doing all this damage to all the enemies. They're all getting the debuffs, and it's until they die or until I leave the area. Okay, beam overload. That's a lot of damage right there. $26,000. I think it's about on par with what I do normally. So, with just my phasers. So, yeah, it's not bad. And I don't normally do rainbow builds because, yeah, like normal, you wouldn't be doing this much damage. And I'm just tearing right through them. And it does do shield pin, I believe, right? Hold on, let me look. I guess it doesn't. Okay. I guess this is the ground stuff that does shield penetration. All right. All right, now on to the final boss. Oh, wait, no. There's one more group. Never mind. All right, now on to the boss. All right. Right there. Here we go. Make sure you're getting all the weapons on them. So they all should be infected with it. These guys are a little bit tougher. There we go, and done. It's actually not that bad. Pretty decent on damage. You saw some of the crits there getting up to 26,000, somewhere like 24,000, 23,000. So it's actually kind of on par with like doing normal damage. You know, my build itself really isn't like that far into being complete yet. So that's why I can actually kind of compare it a bit with having these weapons that aren't fully upgraded. And I don't have any consoles or anything that boosts any of these other than the phasers. So the fact that I was doing a lot of damage without any of the consoles is just, you know, insane there. So imagine if I had consoles that helped me with that, or if I was just doing just the phasers. You know, I'd be doing a lot more damage probably, because I'm doing the one type of damage, plus that one type of damage is boosted by my consoles. You know, most of my consoles have like phaser damage on them, by the way. They like these give me phaser damage, which are insane. So, but yeah. Anything else to touch on? I don't think there really is. My next video will probably be you know, I want to do like all the rest of the events that you can do to earn the currency in order to buy stuff, and also the events that will give you progress towards your daily progress to the main event to get the ship. And then there are a few things, might be another separate short video that you can do outside of you know, these events. I think a couple of them give you accolades or something like that. I can't remember, but we'll go ahead and look at those in future videos. But let me know what you thought about the ground trait, the ground weapons, the kit modules, the kit itself being you know, in conjunction with the new trait, the space trait here. You know, are you a beam build player, and do you use a rainbow build, or do you like a single type or maybe dual type? You know, this will probably help you out in that situation if you're using more than one type, and even again one type. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about, you know, this video. Leave a like, comment, all that good stuff down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.